Hey, namaste, beautiful goddess. Money is actually a flowing spiritual energy. If that is true, if money is, I believe it is energy, but if it's a flowing spiritual energy and you are spiritual and I'm spiritual, how can there be any lack? And I think this is an important topic, especially in the spiritual community. Is it okay to have money? So let's talk about that. So again, if money is actually a flowing spiritual energy, then what's blocking it? That's the title of a video. I'll put the link below, but it resonated with me because I do believe that money is inherently tied to energy. So I think for a lot of us, it's that we have karmic blocks. We have karmic blocks to abundance. So what do I mean by that? I think relating to past lives where we, number one, took a vow of poverty. I think that is actually much more common than you might think. So if you are a spiritual woman, you're into esoteric stuff, you are intuitive, you feel connected to humanity, to all life, you're very caring, you believe there's a higher power. Again, depending on your background, you might be coming from a different part of the world, specific religion, but you really are tuned in, you're sensitive, you're empathic. Often you may have taken in past lives a vow of poverty. So you took a vow of poverty. Again, I do not think this is as uncommon as you may think. I've been told many times, actually the times, I shouldn't say many times, maybe 4 times over my whole life that I've gone to a psychic or a reader, every single one is like, you were, and again, in past lives you can be any gender. It's like, oh, you were a monk and you took vows, and you were a nun and you took vows. So in past lives, or you could have been someone who was just very religious. Many of the great, and when I say great, I mean the big dominant religions, emphasized historically that poverty was better, that you were a better person if you were poor. It de-emphasized wealth, and even, again, not just, getting by well, having a ample, or not having to stress about it. It was like, you're poor and that is a virtue for you. Now, I just do find this interesting because, as we know, many people in the hierarchy of the church throughout history did not equally share in that same poverty life. Some did, of course. Again, it was often the monks, the nuns, but higher up, and many wealthy people who supported the church, who gave to the church, right? They obviously weren't believing that poverty is a virtue mindset. But so if you had that in a past life, you literally may have taken a vow. Again, especially if you were a monastic, a cleric, you might have taken a vow to remain poor, to remain humble, to remain modest. Okay, so let that sink in. So if you did that, then here you are in modern life where, unlike in many countries where monks and nuns are supported, okay, whether in the East and the West, the religious, the clergy, even the shamans, they were supported by the villagers, the community, the town. Now, if you have that still lingering, but you're not one anymore, you're still living out that vow that you took. So again, let that sink in. Share in the chat with me. If you look back at your life, you may have seen you lived it a certain way with a certain simplicity. A lot of this minimalist stuff, which I think is great. As I said, I was a minimalist before there was a word like minimalism. I'm still relatively minimalist, except for books. I don't count those in the minimalism. But what can you do? What can you do because you're out of the flow of abundance? Because, and these are some ways to know, you may feel better than, right? You feel better than the rich. Rich people are bad. You're better because you are poor. You're not greedy. So you tell yourself, I'm not a greedy person, right? And greedy is bad. And of course, then you're not going to become well-to-do, or more well-to-do than you are. There's a certain level you're going to hold yourself to. So what can you do? I believe you can take a new vow, all right? That you can revow through working with the heart chakra. You can place your hands at your heart chakra and just say to yourself, and what I would do first, I'm just going to outline it for you. Let me know if you want me to lead a full meditation on it. But it's important, I think, to have the hands in contact so you feel really embodied, right? You're fully present in your body. You're not floating out somewhere else. You're not distracted. And then you would say something like, as part of the practice, I release the vow of poverty that I took in past lives, past times, past ages. Okay, you'd say something like that. And then you want to take a vow of abundance or a vow of prosperity. Okay, and again, I would place the hand over the heart chakra because we want that open heart chakra, balanced, flowing, right? It's a heartfelt wish. You could say, I now take a vow of abundance. I allow myself to be supported, nourished, and nurtured by the universe. I allow myself to be supported, nourished, and nurtured amply by the universe. I am fully supported. I am blessed with abundance and all good things. I am in the flow of abundance. And then just feel that. Okay, so this is my suggestion for you, and maybe to journal about what, do you have some pride in being poor? Do you feel like a better person? And again, not just being poor, maybe you're middle class, you feel stuck, or you're even upper middle class, but there's a ceiling, right? There's some sort of ceiling that you have felt, then this could apply to you. There's some inner vow, some inner desire or sense that it's better to stay as I am. Maybe it's safer, okay? So again, you can undo the vow and redo it in this present life. Let me know what you think. And this is part of what I'll be supporting women in Awaken the Divine Feminine, which is enrolling right now. And I'm inviting you to be part of it because I absolutely know without a doubt that it can help you. One, in terms of self-love, self-nourishment. We're going to do specific practices to physically strengthen ourselves as women, and to strengthen our intuition and to strengthen our connection with guides, with higher beings, with our intuition through support, okay, that is there for us to receive, okay? So check the link below for that. We're starting very soon. Much love.